Welcome to Aussie Sidecar Stories. This episode, to celebrate 1 year since we released the first episode of Aussie Sidecar Stories, I got one of the most requested guests that I have had on to have a chat, and that is my dad, Rodney Anshaw. So Rodney started out riding sidecars on the road. We have some pretty amusing stories about how that went. And then when he got into historic road racing, a sidecar soon followed. So we talk a lot about racing through the 90s, what it was like building his own outfit because he built it from the ground up. And then we just go into some of the adventures that he's had running around mostly the east coast of Australia, some trips to South Australia, and then over to Western Australia for a very interesting adventure that has been brought up a few times on the podcast. So I hope you enjoy this chat. We got Dad sitting down in the shed, which is probably about the only way we were going to get him on, and really appreciate everybody's support over the last 12 months. It's been really cool watching the podcast grow, seeing everybody talking about what we're doing, and just genuinely appreciate the support for something that we are doing simply to support and promote sidecar racing in Australia. As always, reach out if you are keen to jump on the podcast. Happy to get some more episodes banked and keep on rolling with the conversations.
Whether it's road, dirt or cross country, there's no better feeling at a racetrack than the sight, the sound and the excitement of a sidecars race. The Aussie Sidecar Stories podcast is here to share the stories of the people who live and breathe this wild sport. From the riders and passengers to committee members and volunteers, it takes a village to keep sidecar racing alive, and we want to welcome you in by sharing their stories.
Welcome to Aussie Sidecar Stories. Anyone who's tuning in on YouTube will notice things look a little bit different this episode because we are recording in the shed at my childhood home. Anyone that is listening will notice that there's going to be an extra voice in this episode because we are recording one of possibly the most requested episodes I have with my dad, Rodney Anshaw, and my husband Ian is jumping in to assist keeping us on track and making sure we don't miss anything. How are we doing, Dad?
I don't know, but I've got to work out how I'm going to go.
That's all right. We're going to kick on into it because I obviously know some of this because I've lived a lot of it. But before I was born is when your sidecar journey started on road because you and Mum spent a fair bit of time running around with a road sidecar, and that's how you got started on three wheels.
Yeah, well, back in, what was it, Betty? Late 78, very late 78. I had a XS 1100 Yamaha, and, well, I was driving around the car, and no, the bike didn't suit us anymore. So I thought, well, bugger, I don't want another car. I'll go and get a sidecar.
Yeah.
I purchased one up here in Muswellbrook, up the top of town. We went up there and set it up in the old mate's driveway that was anything but level. It was, I should never even have thought of doing it there. But, yep, Kerry was with me. We rode home quite successfully, battling with the steering. Then when we got home, Kerry said, "Oh, we're out of bread." "Oh, righty, I'll jump on the bike and go and get it." Where we lived, there was a very slight left-hand bend going downhill. I jumped in the sidecar, set off by myself, first time in a sidecar, with no weight. The actual first time was riding home from where we brought the sidecar to the other side of town. So I'm chaffing off down the bloody street, being reasonably cautious. Went to turn the bloody corner and it wouldn't go around the left-hand corner.
Yeah.
I went across the bloody road, smashed into the curbing guttering on the other side of the road where normally there was about a bloody 12-ton truck parked. It wasn't there this time, thank Christ. And, the poor old 750 Yamaha snapped the bloody alloy steering head, the triple clamp. Well, it was a case of walk home, get Kerry, push the sidecar back home, which was all uphill.
Of course.
And, well, luckily I was working in a company that also had Boilermakers and everything in it. So I got a mate to run me up the top of town where this other bloke lived, and yes, he had all the gear there. It was all Aussie welding, it wasn't TIG back in those days. And he Aussie welded up the steering head for me, so I went home and put it all back together. Duly found some flat ground and realigned the sidecar. But it was still a bit of a bloody struggle riding that one. It was down on power. You had to wring its neck all the bloody time, the old XS 750 triples.
Yeah.
And
now I know where the drive to constantly get more power out of the race machines come from, that very first experience.
Oh, yeah, mate, yeah. But, yeah, I was a traditional bike rider. Still am, I think. My view on a bike was, one, it had to be air-cooled. Yeah, well, I was riding a triple, but I preferred twins.
Yep.
Whether they be parallel or V, as I don't know if you can see it. I've got a 750 GT Ducati sitting on the side over there. That was my second road bike. But but sidecars, no, it just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
Buddy, going down to, doing a lot of tripping down to Newcastle, and more parts around in Waratah. One trip down there, they just happened to have an XS11 there that had been parked in something solid, very bloody solid, because the front wheel was across the engine and the handlebars were still pointing straight ahead.
Oops.
And very low kilometres. And, I bloody pestered Malcolm Bailey for a bit. And he said, no, insurance is still working on that one. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Well, it took about 3 months, and he got down there and he said, yeah, it's all clear. So I brought that bike, brought it home, pulled the bloody thing down and straightened all the steering head and everything out in it. Or Dennis Alderton down in bloody Sydney did that for me. Panel beated the tank, got the exhaust system back working again, and I put the sidecar on the 11. Now, that made a sidecar bike. Yeah. But remembering this is all road.
Yeah. So is it you were a member of the Upper Hunters Sidecar Riders Association? Owners Association?
Owners. Yeah.
Did you know those guys before you got the sidecar, or did you meet a lot of them through that group?
No, I knew quite a few of them because that was 78. In 73 is when I got my first road bike.
Yeah, right.
72, I had an XL 250, and I used to ride from Merriward to Newcastle, which was about 130 odd mile.
Very slowly.
No, mate, old XL, she used to poke along fairly bloody well.
Well, it's a 2.5 hour trip now.
Yeah.
But that was before we had any of the expressways or anything. So you're up and over the hills and round through Maitland and everything at that point.
Oh, well, mate, they had speed limits, but you couldn't watch it.
They were just suggestions.
So they were a recommendation for the road. But, anyway, I used to go down there nearly every other bloody weekend and race around with my older brother out at Kooragang in the bloody dirt and whatever with the old XL. But so, yeah, I had a fair bit of association with bloody bike riders down around the Newcastle area. And there was one bloke down there, which he was my brother-in-law for a while. He was into sidecars and he kept trying to push me towards sidecars back then. And I, piss off. that ain't going to work. But, yeah, okay, I did. I bent. I jumped on it. Got this bloody 11 up and bloody running. And, mate, there is one thing that I should bloody mention about starting out on sidecars. There's one of three things you're going to do. When you jump on a sidecar, you're going to say, oh, my God, what have I got myself into? And that's more common than not. The other one is, oh, shit, these are bloody terrific. Let's go. We'll go wherever. Yeah, I'll go anywhere on this.
Yep.
The third one is, which is the one that I had to adopt, this bloody thing ain't going to beat me. And, mate, they take some bloody wrestling.
Also very much explains some of the mentality that we've still got today with the race outfit.
Oh, yeah.
So you said, what was it, 72, 70? When did you buy the first sidecar? The 750?
No, it was 78 when I bought the
78?
first sidecar.
Do you remember how much that triple cost you in 78?
Well, it was a second-hand one, and it only cost me about bloody $800, $900.
Yeah, right.
The XS11 that I brought that was bent, it cost me $800.
God.
So by the time you got the 11 up and running, you were sort of into the whole thing, I guess, for around $2,000 back then. When you got it together, the 11 and together as a sidecar.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how much I paid for the sidecar. And, well, that's the sidecar up there that I brought.
I'll have to add in some other angles to
we'll
point out some of the stuff that's around.
By the time you're seeing this on YouTube, there'll be some extra pictures there.
Yeah. It's been highly modified, but yeah, that was the start out of it. And I think it was only about $300 or $400 I paid for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, the 11, yeah, I had to strip it down, and I was lucky. The buddy bloke over the back fence up there, he had a shed where I was living in town. And he said, bring it in, buddy. Yeah, put it in here. We'll work it out. He took me to buddy Sydney with the 11 on the trailer.
Yep.
And we stayed at his sister's place down there while Dennis Alden and buddy pulled the frame back into shape. Because to buy another 11 frame, it was upwards of $1,000. And it was going to be 4.5 to 5 months wait to get it here.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's just not practical.
Yeah.
So, we went down to Dennis, and he done his magic with it, and all he used was a 3-inch bloody plate.
I can see what you're going to go with here.
A whole heap of packers and turnbuckles.
Just pull it into shape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, big oxy torch as well. But,
heat it up and
just
stretch
add
it
fire.
back.
Yeah, he pulled it all back into bloody shape. He gave me a quote before I went down there. And when I rang him up, he gave me a time, and I rang him up about that time. He said, no, ring me back in about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Oh, shit, this don't sound good. Anyway, I left it, rang him up. He said, yep, got it all sorted. Because that was the first shaft drive across the frame motor that he'd done. He'd done BMWs before, but the 11s had tapered roller bearings and all this sort of stuff in their frame. And, he said, yeah, okay. And I said, oh, Christ. I said, what's this going to cost me? He said, I told you a bloody price. He said, if I couldn't do it for that price, I'd cut the frame up. I see, because that's all it was worth. And, okay, he got it all back and brought it home. Oh, he said, look, I cracked it here and I cracked it there. He said, I've got TIG. I've TIG welded all that back together.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it did. It weakened the frame a little bit. As a solo frame, it would have been fine. But as a sidecar frame, there's a hell of a lot of stress goes through the steering head.
Yeah.
And, he done the job nicely. I come home, opened up one of the cracks again. So I just got onto the Boilermakers out at work again, and I said, look, can we put an extra bloody gusset down along here and drop it down probably another 1.5 inches down along the frame? And I put another little gusset right around the bottom of the lower steering bearing, and back into the original gusset. And after I'd done that, never had a problem.
Yeah.
The machine was bloody faultless.
And obviously, Mum trusted you enough to get back in the sidecar after the first couple of incidents.
She wasn't in it when I bloody broke the steering head.
Probably lucky there. And then you guys ended up spending a good few years running around with that, and you did some pretty big trips around, well, we can say around Australia on it.
Well, we did actually. But no, we used to do, involved with the Hunter Valley Sidecar Owners Club. We used to go to what was termed back then as social rallies.
Yep.
I think they're still going, but yeah, I've been out of that circuit for that long now. I'm not dead certain on it.
Yep.
But they were always, you bring what you wanted. If you didn't bring it, you couldn't have it.
Yep.
Which, at the end of my running with the social clubs and what have you, yeah, well, they were starting to turn around. They were putting bars on. They were putting bands on, and everybody was going over there, and there were bloody fights and Christ, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Because all we used to do in the old days was, we'd go there and sit down. You'd kick yourself up a little campfire.
Yeah.
And we used to do campfire hopping. You'd grab a mug full of whatever, and our poison used to be port.
Yep.
You used to walk around with an enamel mug, chock-a-block full of port.
Yeah.
But you always had to make sure you knew where your camp was, so you do a loop back pass at the top up.
Priorities.
And they were really good shows.
Yeah.
I used to always get into bloody trouble because I'd sit there and talk with a bloke for a half an hour or so, and I'd come back over to the camp, and Kerry would say, "Who was that?" I got no bloody idea.
So there's every chance you've met lots of people along the way, but you don't remember them.
I've met a lot of people a lot of times. And I still don't know their names. Sorry, fellas. And that's the way it used to be back then. Yeah, you didn't have to know a bloke's name to sit down and have a yarn.
Yeah. Well, that's it, because the sidecars is what brought the community together, and you had something in common in that sense, and that's all you need.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was one rally we used to go to, the bloody cane toad rally.
In Queensland?
Up in Queensland. It was up at Mackay, out the back of Mackay. And I should have known there was something going on when I rode down along the road. It was, well, no, it would have been 100% of the rallies back in those days had a section of dirt road you had to use.
Yep.
Anyway, we're coming down along this bloody road and what have you, and cruising around. Oh, there's a river crossing there. Bloody Queensland, stinking bloody hot. Yeah, they're just sitting up around there, bloody in the breeze, and having a drink, watching the river go by. Yeah, bullshit. There was about 6 blokes down in the river on the bottom side of the road. A bike would go through. They'd fly out and put another row of rocks up along the bloody bit of a wall they had there.
Oh, trying to keep it up enough for the bikes to get across.
Oh, well, there was about another 10 blokes there. So that if anybody got into bloody trouble, bang, they were on it. You would not fall over.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were on it. And we've come through with the bloody sidecar. Yeah, what the hell's going on here? Oh, yeah, off we go through. The bloody water was bloody lapping halfway up the sidecar.
Yeah.
And bloody, bang. Few blokes rushed out to give us a hand. Well, I just wicked it up. I wasn't getting caught in there, and buddy, we got out the other side, and here's these blokes standing there drenched. But they were fantastic rallies.
Yeah.
I didn't go to one that I said I would not go back to. Oh, okay, there was one. That was the Bidgie rally out near Bathurst. We went there because we were going to the Easter races.
Yep.
At Bathurst, and mate, it was either you camped on that pile of rocks or that pile of rocks. There was nothing else there.
Yeah.
I put a tyre on the back of the 11 that I went, I put it on down in Newcastle. I came home from Newcastle, I think we went out to Arrowfield, which is only 20, 26, 27 Ks out.
Yep.
Come back. We went over to Bidgie. We rode backwards and forwards for the 3 days, and that was only probably about 30 Ks each way, to go into the races. Come back home, and I was lucky I got bloody well home. The rocks and whatever on the bloody road out there just tore the bloody street out of the bloody, the tyre was useless.
Yeah.
But, mate, you want to ride a sidecar, that's one of the things you put up.
Well, that's it. The gear's going to get damaged. You just hope it's not going to be as quick as that one was.
Yeah. Well, no, because then I sat down. Sidecars, everybody does their own little thing. I bloody sat down and made up a hub and bolted a 15-inch Volkswagen wheel into the back of my 11 so I could run bloody car tyres. Because bike tyres, I'd just chew them up. Yeah.
Way too expensive as well.
Oh, well, then and bloody,
Even now?
Oh, yeah, well, they've got better rubber and whatever in them now.
Yeah, but compared to a car tyre, which they're dime a dozen. There's so many different brands and varieties.
There was a bloke down in bloody Parramatta, Brooks bloody tyre service. You take him down a good carcass, you take him into Bandag and retread the bloody thing.
Yeah.
With a Bandag bloody truck retread.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, not for the 11th.
So you spent a bit of time running around on sidecars on the road as a mode of transport. And then it was around the early 80s that you started racing a historic solo.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit of a story that was also knitted into the social rallies and roadside car.
Yep.
Kerry and myself decided we're going to go and do the Black Duck Rally.
Yep.
It was a biennial rally, so yeah.
And that's over in Western Australia.
At Lake Dumbleyoung.
Yep.
Which is near Katanning. Now, I can't remember the other two towns that are close to it, but there was a little triangle. And actually, buddy, I can't remember which one of the Campbells used to run buddy boats. He done a world record attempt on Dumbleyoung.
Yeah, right.
On the Bluebird boat.
There you go.
But anyway, we're over there. Yeah, that was a roundabout bloody trip, and we won't go into that one. It'll probably take too long. But we're camped up over there. One of the bloody young mates that was going to come with me, but for some reason or other, he backed out.
Yep.
He used to ride a sidecar, but he'd morphed into solo riding. And, so we're over there camped up, and next thing, what the bloody, that's him, yeah. What's he doing here? And he came over, he had what was he riding then? I think he was riding the 850 Yamaha, the 850 triple Yamaha.
Yep.
He lobbed in there, and I said, what, you weren't coming? They stuffed me around on the shifts because he used to work on the railway.
Yep. Oh, it's Ian. Yeah.
Yeah, little Ian.
Yep.
He said, they stuffed me around my shifts. So I told him to go and get stuffed. I'm going. Yep, okay, mate. And he left on the Tuesday before the Friday that he lobbed over at bloody.
So like 3 days?
3 days.
3 days to ride from Newcastle to Western Australia.
Yeah, no, mate, he was a rat bag.
On what? On what did he ride over there on?
An XS 850 Yamaha. The triple, it was the bigger one that I originally started on.
I just can't imagine. You'd be riding on a long stretch of road at some point there.
Oh, shit, yeah. But he'd just get on a bike and just point it that way and go. But anyway, he got over there and he was sitting around the bloody fire. And he just, out of bloody nowhere, he said, what do you reckon about going racing? I'd love to, but can't afford it, mate. Yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
Nah. He said, oh, well, okay. anyway, a few more drinks and bloody what have you. Well, one I got more pliable and he loosened up a bit more. He said, well, I've just gone and brought three 350 BSA junior speedway bikes. I said, what the hell are you going to do with them? He said, no. He said, they're in road frames. I said, oh, yeah, okay. He said, they're in Triumph. They're methanol motors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What the hell do you think you're going to do with that? He said, well, I've already put the entry in and you're riding one. I said, what? I said, when the hell is this race meeting? He said, about 8 weeks' time.
Oh, well, at least you had time to get home from Western Australia in a manageable amount of time.
Well, mate, it still took us another nearly 2 weeks to get home from bloody Western Australia. Because I was booked in down at bloody Overlander, Barry Bly, Overlander, bloody motorcycle equipment.
Yep.
He used to do all stainless steel stuff, and I wanted a stainless exhaust system made for me 11.
Yep.
And, we called in there and buddy ended up camping there for, I think it was nearly 3 days. Oh, yeah, it was 3 days. And at the end of that, he said, oh, okay, then pull it all off. I said, wait a minute, I got to get home. He said, no, you can put your old one back on. He said, you're not getting that one to Lychroma.
All right.
Stainless, chromes. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, radio, roll with it.
Well, I wasn't going to get it anyhow. That was his standard.
Yeah.
So anyway, we bolted the old one back on and set off home. But Ian's over there, and he said, yeah. I said, well, how much work have we got to do to these things? Oh, we haven't got a petrol tank.
That's okay, because they run methanol anyway.
Oil tanks are there, but I don't like them much. God, stuff me. I said, do the motors go? He said, I don't know.
Good on him.
Oh, my. So I got home and buddy spent every bloody weekend down there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to scrap one of the frames, too many cracks in it. They were only a light Triumph type frame. And then we had to get bloody wheels done and tyres done. And all we were doing was reading out of a bloody book.
Yeah.
You must have, all this sort of stuff down the line.
Yeah.
I had another mate up here he was into Denman Motorcycle Club. And he was doing motocross racing and stuff like that with them. So he had a bit of an idea of what was needed through then the ACU.
Yeah.
To get the licenses and all this sort of stuff. So I think the first year we joined buddy Denman Motorcycle Club to get our licenses. But anyway,
supporting the locals.
Yeah. But anyway, we got through that. Turned up down there. Well, I had bloody high handlebars. I had bloody feet kicked up forward. We had a bloody muffler on and whatever. And oh, Jesus, did we get abused?
Stood out a little bit as newcomers.
Right. Yeah. And there was one old bloke in particular. The old bloke with the name of Jack Sullings. He was a local Newcastle mighty bloke. Been in bloody bike racing. Well, he used to race when those bikes were the bikes to race.
Yeah, when that was the current era. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, old Jack's there. I'm bloody kicked the bike up and bloody gone down around the bloody corner. Where the freaking... Well, okay, we had a muffler on so I could hear everybody talk. Round we went up there. Well, bugger me dead. We were out there in one of the bloody races and, I'd never been on a racetrack before.
Yeah. You were at Amaru Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that. So you're at Amaru.
Yeah, we're down in that room. That was basically what I term as my home track.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're hooking into it around the bloody top there. Yeah, going fairly bloody well. Come down into bloody Honda corner and there's another, I probably had 3 bikes go around me. didn't know where I was going. Ass over bloody head, and buddy bent a few things and bloody what have you. So we got it back into the bloody pitch and we're pulling everything apart. And before I bloody put the muffler back on, I said to the blokes that were there with me, we better bump this thing up and see if it's going to go again. Well, okay, we bumped it up, and by the time we got it going, I'd gone past my pit bay. So, well, bugger, I'll just do the loop around. Well, bugger me dead, I went down past old Jack's bloody pit. About bloody time you sorted that thing out, sounds a lot bloody better. Oh, yeah. Oh. Anyway, he ended up coming back up and saying, yeah, rightio, yep. How much are you done with these things? I said, mate, this is the first time I've touched one of these things. He said, okay, right. And, old Jack ended up becoming a bit of a mentor to me down there because he'd go along. Well, he'd come up to me and, first thing he said, get rid of them, the footrest. Get rid of them. Go, they got to go. That bloody muffler, don't even think about putting it back on. I said, I've got to, but the exhaust system will fall off. Well, I'd poke a hole down through it. Well, it was a borrowed bloody muffler. I couldn't poke a hole down through it. All this sort of thing. Anyway, he wandered up late in the bloody afternoon on Sunday, and he said, you got to do this, this, and this. Okay. What's that? You just go home and do it. Okay, I went home. Next race meeting, I'd done what I felt I had to do, and I'd corrected the couple of things that Jack had bloody said. Well, Jack come up and said, okay, yeah, right. So he went and watched me. He come back this meeting because we just had standard carby on it. And old Jack's turned around and said, this is, I think it was late on Saturday afternoon because we had 2-day meets then.
Yep.
And old Jack's buddy said, you've got to file the slide in the carby. I said, what the hell's that going to do? He said, you're 8-stroking. When you bloody shut the throttle down, the bloody engine, it's flooding itself. Oh, righty, so I've looked down the throat of the bloody carby. When you look down there, you've got an arch. Stupid, not bloody thinking. It's a round slide. So to get the arch, it's just a flat face. I looked down there, I'm going to need a half-round bloody file to do that. I looked at it, scratched my head, and wandered around. Nobody I knew there had a file. So I've gone back out on Sunday bloody morning, and that was the worst thing to do. Jack's come over and he's up me like a rat up a bloody rafter. And I said, well, I haven't got a half-round file. I can't do it, Jack. Come down here with me. Away we went, trotting off down to his bloody pit area. He had spare bits and pieces of everything in there because he'd been in it that long. He's grabbed the bloody slide out. He's grabbed out a flat bloody file. And he said, look at that. You rub it like that. Oh. Okay. Well, we're getting ready basically for the last race of the day. There's no use doing any bloody thing. So anyway, we went out, 8-stroking. Well, he still got up me again.
Yeah.
And okay, I went home, I sat down, I looked at it all, and okay, right. Yep. This is the way you do it. Done it. Got back down there the next bit. Old Jack wasn't a bloke to walk in and say, do this, and give you a bloody list a mile long. And, I think it was more a case of he was making sure you were keen enough to stay with it.
Yeah.
He'd throw you bits and pieces all the bloody time. And, over the years, me and Jack got on really, really well together. And I become his long-lost son when I built this sidecar because I put a Norton motor in the bloody sidecar. And Jack was Norton through and through. He loved his Gold Stars and BSAs, but the Norton, mate, that was it. Game over. you're in.
I mean, she is a favourite to a lot of people, a lot of
Oh.
places, but we'll get into the build of her. So
Yeah.
you did a couple of years roughly, or a couple of race meetings on the solo, and then it ended up being Ian again that got you into racing sidecars, because what was it? He bought a BS. He did it again. Did it to you again?
Did it again.
Yeah. Oh, mate,
Hey, I've bought this.
yeah. Well, that was What we worked that out to be? That was nearly.
I think 85-ish.
I think the sidecar might have come up here in 84.
Yeah.
No, it would have been 85. This is 86 and early 87 that I rode the Beezer.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just, he lobbed up here with the bloody thing on the trailer.
Which is no small feat, because it's a bulky machine.
Didn't tell me that anything was happening. Because, when I first met him, he was into roadside cars as well. And, we were both sidecar, buddy tilted.
Yep.
Yeah. Or heavily lean. But and and I built that bike for him, or the solo.
Yep.
Then he got the solo back off me, but before he took the solo off me, he'd sourced a Norton featherbed frame that had already been cut in a loop to suit a BSA single motor.
Yeah.
So, it was a case of, I'd like my bike back, but here's this, and you take one of these motors and, build, you can build your own bike. Yeah, fine. Yeah, and that was fun.
Yeah.
That was good, because I've still got the 350 Norbeezer up the top. Yeah. And, away we went. But, like I say, it brings me up, because back in those days, I didn't have a home phone.
Yeah.
He rang me up out at bloody work on the bloody Friday afternoon. He said, I'm coming up. I'll be up your way tomorrow. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, mate. Yeah, okay. I'll be home. No, I'm not working. Yep. Okay. All good. See you then. Anyway, about bloody lunchtime, I hear a bloody vehicle pull up out the bloody front. Yeah. I don't know who the hell that is. I was expecting him to come up on his bloody bike. Anyway, everybody's just sat inside. Next thing, come down the bloody driveway, banged on the back bloody door. What the hell are you on? Oh, you better come out here, he says. Why? Yeah, you better come out here. Walked out, and here's this raggle-taggle bloody BSA bloody thing. Oh, mate, it looked like the chooks had been living in it.
Oh, God.
Oh, mate, it looked bloody terrible.
Actually, I think we do have photos of very early on.
Yeah, there would be a couple of photos around of that. So, and I got into it, and every bloody fuel line and oil line on the poor bloody thing had been duplicated. Where you'd run one, there were two. Why? I don't know.
Spares?
I couldn't understand a lot of it. So, but I was tasked with getting the bloody thing back up and mobile again.
Yeah.
Well, this thing's last race meeting would have been probably into the mid-70s.
Yeah.
So, to my knowledge, the bike was actually built in around the 59 to 61 era in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there that's got any information, I'll throw this in there. It was built, as far as I know, down around bloody Bullaroo. I am after the original builder, an original owner's name, and because I'm trying to put the history together for this machine.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's very important right now. It's sitting up there ready to race, but we need a period. So.
And this thing that actually done 3 or 4 Bathursts.
Yeah.
In the sort of the mid-60s. It's got a bit of history. So I don't want to just sit it up there and say, oh, it's got it. I want to document it and say, because, well, this one of mine, well, I built it myself.
Yeah, we know it's history.
Yeah,
we can't question it.
Yeah. But, it's not a case of it's done any major milestones. It's just been my bike. The 650Bs are up the bloody top. It's been there. It's done that.
Yeah.
And it was your first bike, your first race sidecar.
It was my first race outfit because when I battled through and brought the bike back into the then accepted spec for historic racing, Ian said, "Oh, you better take it out and make sure everything's okay." Well, yeah, I did. I took it out, and it was a very nice bike to ride. Well, is. I got out there. I started to get used to it, and I started riding the bloody thing as it should have been ridden. Well, I had it for about 18 months. Then Ian's come over to me at one of the race meetings. He said, "Oh, I think I better get the sidecar back. I think you're pushing it a bit hard." No, Ian, you just want the bloody sidecar back.
That's it. Translated to, it looks like you're having too much fun, and I want to be in on that.
Oh yeah. I had one of the local blokes here. He done a stint on that. Bloody young Matt Hardup. He jumped onto it, and he was shaping up fairly bloody good. But external pressures, things changed. As always. And then I had John Neely on there for a little bit. Yep. And now I think bloody John just sort of morphed into it and went with Ian. When Ian took the bloody bike over.
He stayed with it.
Yeah. But, soon as Ian wanted his bike back, well, I sort of had to say, rightio, I've got to do something.
Yeah.
And there's another thorn in the side there that's made me stay with that because, me then partner and my son were uptown, and they talking to some people that they knew up there, and they said, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" And Dane was talking well enough at that point in bloody time. He says, "We're going to Sydney to watch Daddy fall off." Yeah, beauty. Because solos and me, well, we had a bit of a reputation of slide.
Oh, it's okay, because I had Pete Cyril on, and he said that he went to sidecars because they don't fall over.
Yeah. Well, it was quite a while that I campaigned the solo and the sidecar together.
Yeah.
But it just became sort of a thing that the sidecar, we had two people there with it.
Yeah.
If anything went wrong with the sidecar, I was obliged to spend my time on the sidecar and make sure that the other person that was involved got their money's worth, sort of thing.
Yeah. Still got to do that.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I kept swapping bloody outfit passengers because, well, some of them had other commitments.
Yeah.
The biggest bloody problem was I was here in Muswellbrook, and quite a few of my swingers were from down in the Sydney area, and that did make for difficult bloody communications.
Yeah.
But no, we stuck with it.
So, what was it that inspired building over like buying or rebuilding or anything like that? Because we'll delve into it now because we're up to that point.
Yeah.
This outfit was built from the ground up.
Yep. Yeah. No, this thing here started out as 3 lengths of hydraulic tube, and well, everybody, all the sidecars that I knew of were virtually still in the hands of people that were involved with them when they were built.
Yeah.
I don't know of many of them out there, and there would be a few of them that, I've been able to buy this, so I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But everybody out there with a sidecar, and let's face it, they're not around everybody's corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back then, people built them to race them, and that's what they held on to.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're stuck to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know of a few that have been handcrafted and what have you over the years. But yeah, the thing is, once you've got one of these things, you're forever, buddy, evolving the machine. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's this based around? What's this outfit when you started it? What did you base around there initially?
Well, yeah, like I say, old Jack loved me when I got it there because it is styled off a Norton wide line featherbed frame, which came out in about, I think it was about 1952 or 1954.
Mm-hmm.
Norton, buddy, introduced that into their buddy race line. And the wide line's simpler because the slim line, you've got a couple of extra bends in the frame and what have you. So I thought, nah, we'll just stay with the wide line. It's a straight frame, and comfort is not anything you look at when you build a sidecar.
Not a race outfit, no.
But yeah, anyway, it was just a case of I had the wide line featherbed frame up there with the Norbuza. So that gave me a base to start working on. I used to do a lot of swap meets. And I also owned a 1961, well, I've still got it, Norton Slimline featherbed, little 500, little 588 model. And I'd had that engine down a couple of times, so I sort of knew my way through the engine.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a problem getting cams and whatever you sorted out for it, but yeah, that's in the development.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a bit of contact with the Nortons. And the other thing was I got onto a bloke up in bloody Cleveland, up in Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people know him. Anybody with sidecars knows him. Bloody Brian Payne, Transac Exhaust. I got onto him.
So you sent it all up to Queensland to get.
Yeah. Everybody send it all up there. Send the 3 links up there. He's bent up the mainframe for it, and the hoop for the sidecar.
Yep.
For the sidecar chassis. Brought it back here, and I teed up a young bloke out at Musselbrook Engineering out the fab shed. Mate, he's a whiz with TIG welding.
Yep.
Because my old BSA solo engines and what have you, they developed a lot of cracks in them over the years, and he done the repairs on them.
Yep.
And so, I talked to him, and he said, "Oh, you'll have to go and see Bucko. I don't want to be talking to him and saying I can do it and what have you." So I went in and seen Brian Bookless. He was the manager of the Fatty Fab Yard. Cranky old bastard, but he was still, you can still get around him.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, he said, he's not going to do it in my bloody time. And I said, no. I said, well, bring it out here. What have you? Oh, I suppose I've got to pay for the gas and everything. I said, well, I can't bloody well get my own, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, he says.
Yeah.
All good, buddy. But yeah, I made up a bloody jig.
Yep.
And he buddy Derek Schlegel, he hooked in and he TIG welded it all together, mate. None of his welds would let me down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, we had a couple of frame cracks, a couple of tube cracks, but all the major welding around the steering head and back around the mainframe and what have you.
Yeah,
they're still there, no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, the old girl's had a few modifications over the years because it was originally built as a rigid.
Yep.
Yeah, no suspension in the rear.
Yep.
And it also started out with a 600cc engine.
Yeah, which has gradually been upgraded over the years.
It's grown.
Yeah.
But, basically, all the bits and pieces except for the major wearing parts, like the bearings and rings and stuff like that, for the engine and gearbox, all come from a swap meet.
Yep.
For the original engine.
Which I love that, and that comes into play a little bit more as we move through some of the interactions that have happened at race meetings. So, again, I know some of how this story unfolds. You had a pretty interesting time at that first race meeting that you took it out, which was again at Amaroo Park. And it was John Neely that was on the side for that first race meeting with you on it.
Unfortunately for poor John. This one we'll step forward and then we'll come back. But there used to be a track photographer down there, and he'd take all the photos, because back in those days there's no bloody email and all this sort of shit.
Yep.
And anything that he thought was interesting, he would do an enlargement print and put up on the side of his buddy van.
I love that.
But he would do the, what do they call, little
slides?
Yeah, the
proofs.
They're like the little proof sheets.
Yep.
They'd be up there of every photo we take at the meeting. So whether it was a good shot or a bad shot, you could go along and say, "Oh, John, I'll have this one, or I'll have that one, or you could pick them out." And he'd do them up and he'd send them out to you.
Yep.
What size, and you'd pay him there on the bloody day.
Yep.
And he'd just whack them in the post and send them out to you. Well, 90% of the other photos were all done in the little 6x4s and what have you. And here's this 8x10 of me and John coming through bloody Honda Corner. The flaming sidecars about bloody sidecar wheels about 3 foot off the ground. I've got me foot out this side now. I don't know why the hell it's out there because it wasn't going to do anything.
Thought you were doing speedway.
And the front end's all bloody crossed up. And everybody that had bloody seen it, because I didn't get up the photo van early. I never ever did. And, there was about bloody half a dozen blokes come past. I bet you didn't get out of that. I said, get out of friggin' what? And I went up and seen the bloody photo. I thought, oh, shit, that's what they're talking about. But we did. We got out of it.
And we've got the photo.
Yeah, we've got the photo and bloody what have you. But, oh, mate, I used to get bloody lapped because, this thing here, little 600cc engine, running against bloody 1300s plus. And, it was first time out on the bloody track. Just trying to think. I think I might have even had a Norton back wheel in it then. Can't remember whether I had put the 13-inch wheel in there or still had it would have been a swap meet brought 16-inch bloody Norton back wheel.
Yep.
And that very quickly got changed back down to a bloody 13-inch. But I built my own leading link for it and used Norton bloody triple clamps and everything in the steering head, and the thing handled like a bucket of bloody shit. But it was mine. We battled on with it. Yep, and like I say, if you're not prepared to find the bloody problems and correct them, don't go there. It's just one of those things that, I've always been somebody that's, if there's something there that somebody else can do, I can do it.
Yeah.
But this thing run around for a few years. I go, John. I think John bloody moved over and went with buddy Ian all the time after that.
Yeah.
I
think you had about a year with John because, hey, I have notes. We've done some history. So you had John for a little bit in 88, and then in 89 you had Vincent Kerr, and that's Evelyn Hughes.
Yes.
Poor Evelyn.
No, but anyway, we'll touch on Vincent.
Yeah.
Because, mate, he was a bloke that John Neely knew.
Yep.
And, when John moved over, he'd been talking to Vincent, and Vincent was doing some production. I think it was only 250 or 125, 250 production bike racing.
Yep.
And, one, didn't have the facilities, two, didn't have the knowledge to do his own work.
Yeah.
And every time something happened, it went into a shop and, he said, look, it's just getting too bloody expensive.
Yeah.
And what have you. And, I sat down and talked, well, John got him to come up here one weekend. He drove from Sydney up here, have a look at the bloody bike. And we sat down and had a bit of a yarn about it. And he said, right. He said, He said, I'll pay the entries. Well, I hadn't had anybody pay the bloody entries before, so There's one bloke that I don't agree with very much at all involved in racing, and that's Mr. Alan Moffat, except for one comment that he made back in the very early days when a journo said to him, Mr. Moffat, it was after he won Bathurst, and he said, Mr. Moffat, you'd be making a small fortune out of this bloody motor racing. And bloody Moffat turned around and he said, yeah, sonny, I started out with a big one. And I can agree with him on that. This is it. They're a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
But, everybody's got to have some vices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to the pub. I don't smoke. Well, I used to go to the pub one night a week. But, I don't smoke. I used to do bloody untold hours at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that did sort of become a bit uncomfortable at times.
Yeah.
But I felt that I was justifying the situation because every race meeting I've done right from the very first one, all the family has been there.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's always been a big family thing.
Oh, yeah, mate.
I mean, even from when I entered the family, I understood that pretty well.
Yeah.
I also understood and have heard that we didn't really get to it too much because we sort of skipped over that year. But the whole reason that you ended up finishing the bike was in 1988 because you were off work because somebody was born.
Yeah.
There's a love thing to it there as well, but it becomes family.
Yeah. Well, that's it. But I had everything here to do it, but work back in the late 80s, mate, there were a lot of mines opening around the area.
Yeah, where we are now, it was pretty big then.
Yeah, and we were only a small crane company, and it was nothing to go to work and come back 2 days later.
Yeah.
Get home 2 days bloody later.
Yeah.
24-hour shifts. Yeah, done another one.
Yeah.
And all this sort of stuff. Well, now you can't stay on site anymore bloody 12 hours.
They're a lot stricter on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you get out of here. Well, I went to one mine job out here. They said, we'll take you out here and park you up. And they had their own riggers on site. And when they went out there, he wheeled me over probably, about 800 metres off the crib sheds. Park here and I'll come back and get you. Oh, what's going on? Oh, one of the bloody shovels has gone down, their priority, so we've got to go to that. Yeah, okay. Well, about 3 other jobs came in that were priorities. I went out there. I left the crane yard at 6 o'clock in the morning, went out there. I was parked up about 9 o'clock, and about 7:30 the next morning,
God,
that same rigger was in one of their light vehicles going out to another job and seen the crane parked on the side of the road. So he's wheeled over. He said, you want to follow me? what job are you here for? I said, the one we were going to do yesterday. Holy shit, he says. Round we went and we're gone. We're out of there. So
Yeah.
there was a 24-hour shift that I did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
anyway, that's a whole other story.
So when you had 2 weeks off because you were,
Yep.
I was born, that meant you had a little bit of time on your hands and you were actually in your shed.
Everything was out here, and okay. I said, well, righty, I'm at home. If you want me, yell.
Yeah.
Anything like that. But I got in and got this thing finished, and it was as rough as guts. Bit of aluminium bent up over the bloody engine as a bloody engine cover, because it's always had a low-level fuel tank in it. Used to run SU fuel pumps. They didn't last, not with methanol.
No.
And there's just heaps of things, but the bloody thing went.
Yeah. And those early years, there was a lot of jumping around of passengers as well, and you were developing the bike at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like? Because we talk often about how important the rider-passenger relationship and the connection and the understanding is there.
Yeah.
But if you're still trying to get a handle on the machine and you've got, not being offensive, just like, but if you've got different people jumping on all the time and you're trying to feel it out, that must have been quite the couple of years of development.
Yeah, well, it was, but primarily during that period, I was more concentrating on the engine, rather than anything else, because the 600 engine only done, I think, 2 meetings.
Yeah.
Then she morphed into a 650, and the 650 was a bloody nice little engine.
Yep.
Yeah, it had plenty of poke. I had to muck around and try and get bloody cams to make it work in a sidecar, because most of the blokes around were running Norton solos.
Yep.
And the blokes that would impart information to me were giving me Norton solo specs, and they just weren't working with the way that I drive the machine. Yeah, it's one thing to have a good power output cam, but you've got to get it in the right bloody rev range.
Yeah.
And I just don't ride a sidecar like everybody else.
Yep.
I dare say nearly every sidecar driver out there will say the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you've got to set the machine up to your characteristics, and it is even better if you've got a long-term bloody passenger.
Yeah.
Because then you can tweak things and make everything work really, really, really well. Yeah. But we went through. There's been chassis changes and bloody, everything's been moved around on this bloody poor old thing. But it did make it bloody hard, because I had bloody younger brother on with me there for a bloody while, but he's got a hell of a problem with the watch. You go to a race meeting, and if I go to a race meeting, everything's focused on the race meeting.
Yep.
It was good. He was putting money into the machine and whatever, so I probably shouldn't knock him. But it was just a case of his line of thought to a race meeting. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
And mine is, be there now. We make this work, then we go and have fun.
Yeah. You want to make sure that everything's sorted before you.
Oh yeah.
It's
a bloody long way to go, and I've spent that many hours on this thing.
Yeah.
And I realise just how finicky it is, and what the smallest thing can go wrong that stops it.
Yeah.
One thing in bloody particular, there we went up to Queensland, and Queensland being Queensland, they only opened the bloody track, and this was up at Lakeside, on Friday afternoon. Everywhere else down here in New South Wales and whatever, you go there at bloody 8 o'clock Friday bloody morning, bang, you're on the track.
Yeah, right.
Up there, no, bullshit, we don't get here till after lunch. So anyway, they bloody out there, I'm out at the bloody track.
Yep.
I got to where I was staying, and they were friends who were staying with at the time. Drove up to the bloody track, and buddy goes, yep, he was supposed to be there. Well, I got up there and I walked around all bloody afternoon on Friday afternoon. Didn't get the bike out on the track.
Mm.
And buddy, as it come down to it, we done the unofficial practice or qualified practice Saturday morning. We had 2 races on Saturday afternoon. One of those races was because this was the Queensland titles.
Yep.
One of those races counted towards the Queensland title. The next race on Sunday morning was the Queensland title. And the one after lunch was the Queensland title. They run it over 3 rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Got up there, done the run on Saturday. Everything was running fine. The engine was, beauty. We're in the money.
Yep.
Mate, we were buddy running shit up because buddy, Colvin wasn't buddy bad on the bloody side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could buddy move around well and buddy whatever. But yeah, the first race Sunday morning, I had like it was a modified Holden distributor in there as me ignition.
Yep.
Condensers bolted on the outside. Bloody condenser, bit of vibration in the condenser. Broke the bloody condenser bracket. The condenser fell off. Bang, we're out.
That's just, yeah.
I was bloody absolutely pissed off with him because we would have run for probably close to 3/4 of an hour on Friday.
Yeah.
That condenser would have failed.
Yeah, it would have failed with time for you to be able to sort it.
I could have fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Losing one race in a 3-round championship, you cannot get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember whether we come in second or third.
Yeah.
But we got 0 points for 1 round.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's all it takes.
Oh, well, yeah, that is all it takes.
Yeah.
If we'd have been on the money,
yeah,
on that one, I think we only had to get bloody 5 points.
Yeah. Yeah, right. which could have very well just been a finish or a place.
Well, if we'd have bloody come in 4th,
yeah,
we'd have got there. But we were in.
Yeah.
I think we got. I think we had 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But anyway, that's a whole other story.
Well, it's one of the stories.
Water under the bridge.
So, I'm looking at our little list of passengers, and I actually think, knowing some of it, was Evelyn. So Evelyn Hughes did one race meeting with you. She got roped in. We can talk, but
she didn't get roped in.
Well, she roped herself in. But was the moment with her? So we'll talk about that race meeting. Was the moment with her the first big incident that you had? Yeah. So that was another Queensland race meeting.
Yeah, that was up at Lakeside. Lovely Lakeside. But yeah, I did. I really enjoyed Lakeside on the solo and on the sidecar.
Oh, so you had taken the solo up there
at
some point.
Yeah. I'd done a couple of meetings up there in the solo, and that's when the solo was well and truly worked out.
Yep.
And I used to love that bus stop because they had.
Yeah.
They modified the track because they reckon solos were going too fast down through this one section. And they put the bus stop in. Well, that was the name everybody else gave it.
Yeah.
I really had fun in that. But we won't go too deep into that one. That's not what we're here for. But yeah, the sidecar meeting there because I wasn't going to go to Lakeside that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just. Yeah, Neil and Evelyn had been down and seen, talking to us as might be down here at Amaroo in the May meeting. And, I think they were running the meeting.
Yep.
So, and okay, out come the thumb screws and whatever. Yeah, come on, you got to come up. We need sidecars up there. Yeah, and that's been the age-old argument even today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need sidecars up here, whatever. And I said, and at that time, the passengers that I had wouldn't travel.
Yeah, which makes it hard.
Yeah, and I said, look, I don't have a passenger, and so I'm not going to go up there in the hope of getting somebody willy-nilly to jump on.
Yeah.
And anyway, Neil said, don't worry about it. We'll sort somebody out for you. I'll give you a ring in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Okay, they give me a ring, and yep, we got a bloke sorted out. He's experienced in front exit, and yep, everything's all good. Yep, okay, great. Well, okay, we set sail. Yeah, load her up, away we go. Because normally when we used to go to Queensland, I'd leave here at around about anywhere between 6 and 8 on the Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to put up with bloody kids who injured me ears.
We would sleep in cars, unlike our kids.
Yeah, but that's it. You had no choice to bloody sleep
Yeah,
because I'd done nearly all my bloody driving at night.
Yeah.
I'd bloody have the day off. I'd sleep through the day.
Yep.
Jump in the car and away we go.
Oh, sleep during the day, drive at night.
Yeah.
I might have to do that, babe.
Yeah, good luck sleeping through the day with our kids too.
No, mate, it used to work a treat. But we got up there and yep, all good. Anyway, like I say, we got up to Queensland because I stayed with a mate's sister and brother-in-law up there at Beenleigh. And when we got there, I rang up and said, "Oh, yeah, how's everything going? We're gonna be able to get out the track this afternoon and just have a bit of familiarisation with this thing." "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, that'll be good. No, that'll be all right, yeah. But we do have a little problem." "Oh, shit. You haven't I've got a swinger, haven't I?" "Yeah, you have got a swinger, but not the one we had lined up." I said, "Yeah, okay. Well, can they be there, this afternoon? We'll do a bit of bloody practice." Yep, that'll be all right." Got up there, and the next thing, Neil and Evelyn's walked over, and Evelyn's got leathers on. Looked at Neil, looked at bloody Evelyn. I said, "What the bloody hell's going on here?" "Well, we couldn't find anybody else. I've parked the BM up, and Evelyn's riding with you." "Yeah, bloody great." Because she'd done quite a bit of, because Neil and Evelyn had a little bloody, I think it was a 600 BMW outfit, and they campaigned that for a while.
Yeah.
But Neil said, "No, I can't remember whether he's riding his Air Mackie or not then." But anyway, okay, well, out we go. Yeah, fine. And Evelyn was good on the side.
Yeah, she wasn't inexperienced.
Oh no, shit, no. We were starting to work together and starting to wick it up a bit. Well, I can't remember if it was the Saturday or the Sunday bloody race. But anyway, we're out there doing it must have been the Saturday afternoon, I think. Oh, it doesn't matter. But this one bloody race there, a few clouds around, and as Queensland always say, that's only liquid sunshine. Yeah. But anyway, we're out there running. Race has started. Must have been the second or third lap. There was one of these lovely bloody downpours. It was probably only about 50 metres wide.
Yep.
And where it came down was straight across what they used to call bloody Hungry Corner. 90-degree off camber left-hander. If you went 3/4 track, it went to off camber. If you could stay centre to inside of the corner, which is fairly hard in a sidecar, it was on camber. And, we were chasing a couple of other bloody bikes. And we come down into this one here. I seen the rain, so I've 2-fingered over the bloody front brake and just squeeze that. Yep, there, we've got brakes and back on the bloody throttle. Come into the corner, down a bloody gear, started powering into the corner, and I still haven't had any warning. The bloody thing's just snapped sideways. And, you know, she did. She went completely sideways. Yeah, we were up. I looked up the bloody bed because I had my foot up, and all I could see was Evelyn's boots and her ankles hooked on the side of the bloody sidecar.
Oh, on the outside.
On the front corner of the sidecar. Yeah. That's there. And I thought, holy shit. Well, okay, she's come off, but when she's come down, she's whacked her ankle awkwardly. But the sidecar was completely flipped. I've gone up the track in front of the sidecar. Remembering I was still running Amel carbies, and I had an electric fuel pump. It is continually pumping fuel across the bloody through the float chambers. The engine was still bloody well running because in those days we didn't have lanyards.
Yeah.
Safety wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah. Well, the bloody thing should have been still running. I've slid up there, and all I could bloody when I've stopped, I thought, where the bloody hell's that bike? And I could hear bump, 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 bump. And I've relaxed a little bit, and bump, bump, bump. The bloody back wheel was still turning, and I had put my helmet on it, and it was bumping on me bloody helmet. Yeah, I've jumped straight up, just grabbed the bed of this thing and give it a flick, because, you know, it just come straight over, back over on its wheels. And I looked over, and here's Evelyn laying on the bloody track, just sort of out of the corner a bit. But where my bike was and where she was laying, I could see somebody else coming around, avoiding my bike and going down to where she was. So I just raced over and stood there. And buddy, yeah, okay. And yep. Well, they ended up holding the race up, go out, pick her up in the bloody ambulance and what have you. And, yeah, we got down there and, they had it parked up. I got the bloody sidecar back in, and I went straight over to the ambulance. And there's a big crowd around the back of it. Yep, fine. And, I've bloody walked up to the bloody, manoeuvred my way up to the bloody ambulance. And Evelyn was laying in there, and she just said, "Oh, yeah, he's right, he's my driver." Yep, that's right. And I got in there and I was talking to her. I said, "Oh, where's Neil?" "Oh, you'll be out there somewhere. Don't worry about him." Yeah, right, yeah. And, when I got out, I went and talked to Neil. He said, no. He said, "You were in there with her. You were the one that was in the situation with her, so that's all fine. Yeah, that's good." And we've been, we were good friends prior to that.
Yeah.
But we struck up a friendship there, and we're still good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still catch up with each other.
Yeah. And that's a pretty gnarly first incident to have, major incident to have.
One of the flaggies said to us that he the bike that went around the corner just before us, they thought there was something coming out of the back of the sidecar.
Oh, so there might have been a bit of oil. Yeah.
Well, he did. He had his breather lines coming right back to the back of the sidecar.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
But the way it snapped out and turned, it wasn't just water.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. So I know there is so many of these stories, but there's one particular line that I want to throw out there because it's someone that we haven't necessarily raised much, because a lot of the historic road race guys that I've had on haven't been New South Wales based. But at what point in your sidecar career did Metho Tom appear at Amaroo Raceway?
Oh, geez. That's a complete story on its own, that bloke. Yeah. I didn't know Metho Tom from a bar or so.
Yeah.
His name is John Brown.
Yep.
Nobody used that name at the racetrack or anywhere by the sounds of things.
Well, I've just learnt something, and I've known him all my life.
And he owned Blacktown Harley. Now, owned might be a loose way of putting it too. He was 2IC of the Nomads Sydney chapter.
Yep.
Or that might have been in the New South Wales chapter.
Yep.
And Tom was a big boy. He'd had problems early in his bloody riding career and what have you, and had both hips replaced.
Yep.
So that made it awkward for him to get around, or whether they were broken, that broke his hip that they needed replacing or whatever. I don't know the full story.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had his physical problems there. Now for it'd be 18 bloody months before he turned up. There were stories running around the bloody racetrack that, there's a bloody bloke building a bloody Harley. It's going to come out here and it's going to flog everything. He's not bloody holding back on anything. No. And there were all sorts of bloody figures floating around for what he was spending on building this thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think it might have been the bloody May meeting. I can't remember what year it was.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Do you know who your passenger was when he appeared on the scene?
Oh, mate, no. Yeah, Tom's just appeared.
Yep.
But anyway, he's there, and like I say, the May meeting, there's a Harley turned up.
Yep.
Well, you looked at it and you said, they spent that much money on that bloody thing?
Yeah.
And no. Well, no, it wasn't that bike.
Right.
That was the Brothers Grimm.
Oh, okay.
Now, they're an entire story on their own. They're bloody nice blokes.
Yeah.
And they were there riding because they wanted to ride. They didn't care where they come.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the old Pink Panther that used to run around.
Yep.
One year the old Pink Panther, they decided to hot it up. It blew up on the Saturday afternoon, so they went home, rebuilt it back to standing and back on Sunday.
Oh, good on them.
But anyway, that's that one. And this thing, no, it can't be that, because it had big wheels. I can't remember whether they had a pan motor in it.
Yeah.
Pan head, or it might have either pan or a knuckle. And and they just got out there and they didn't do anything fantastic. Yeah. The bike just cruised around.
And they were having fun and they were adding to the grid.
Yeah, but like I say, everybody was looking at it. Is this the thing they've spent all that money on?
Yeah. And
well, no. Then I think Tom turned up, would have been probably the September meeting at Amaroo. And, he's there and he's got bloody half a dozen of his cronies there with him. I just can't think of the bloke's name that was swinging for him then before Glenn.
Yeah.
He was there and, nobody can go near him. All this sort of thing. Anyway, we went out and done the running on whatever on the Saturday, and he's come down around to my buddy pit. And he just said, "You shouldn't be able to bloody go faster than me out there." Because I was only running a 650 motor then. Yep. And he said, you shouldn't be going faster than me out there. He said, I got a bigger bloody motor than you. And blah, 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 blah. And Tom was a very, very imposing sort of bloke. He liked to bloody step into your personal space.
And as you say, like he was quite tall and quite large. He was a big man.
He was a big boy. But anyway, that was just Tom. And I was just at that bloody confrontation. I stood me bloody ground and bloody what have you, and I told him what I thought. Yep. When I went back into the pit area, the couple of blokes I was pitted with there said, "Do you know who you're talking to?" And I said, "Yeah, the dickhead that rides that Harley up there." "No, that's Metho Tom." And I said, "So what's Metho Tom?" Yeah. He said, "Mate, he's nearly the boss of the Nomads." And I said, well, I'll tell you something right here and right now. The moment he comes through that bloody top gate up there,
Yep.
He's just a dickhead that rides the Harley.
Yep.
He's not bloody number one bloody bloke or the Nomads or bloody king or queen's bloody son.
Yeah.
He is just another competitor.
Yeah. Just
and
like
if
everybody
he can't
else.
run to those bloody rules, the best bloody thing I can say to him is pack up and piss off.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, after that confrontation, Tom would come down, he'd talk to me.
Yeah.
And mate, he'd talk to me. Then we'd get out in the track and he'd run into me.
It did become one of those very much talked about, still to this day, interesting rivalries. There's all the run-ins, and then the funny part of it ended up being because, well, as you say, Glenn was your passenger, so Glenn Rolfe was your passenger for a little while, and then he ended up working for Tom, and Tom was like, well, no, you've got to, the things got shuffled, and Glenn went and jumped on with him, and it's a lot of fun hearing some of the stories that end up getting recounted between you guys.
Mate, every bloody racetrack in Australia that Tom and myself have been on, he's run up the back of me. Right down to Lakeside, when he couldn't get me in the bloody race, the flag was bloody waved. I've buttoned off to bloody to do the roll around, come back into the bloody pits, coming up into the bloody little left-hander before you bloody go up into the speed bowl.
Yep.
Boot! And we're heading for the flaming wall. And bloody, got back in the bloody pits and bloody went over and seen him. Oh, I didn't see the checkered flag. Freaking hell, Tom.
Oh, dear.
But no, bloody down to Phillip Island, he's hit me. Mullallar, he's hit me. Now, hang on. No, hang on. I don't know whether he actually hit me over at bloody Wanneroo.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you?
Because he had a U-Butte motor in over there that was built by bloody Jack Daniels Harley racing team.
Yep.
And I said to him, that's not going to work. Oh, yeah, the best engine builders. I said, yeah, Tom, they build a 30-second engine. Yep. What do you mean a 30-second bloody engine? I said, drag bikes are a 30-second engine.
Yeah, if that.
Oh, no, this is... Well, anyway, he only got... He done his practice and he got halfway through one race and he's parked up on the bottom corner.
Oh, God. So he didn't get a chance to, is the point.
Yeah, well, I think that's more to the case on that one. But,
dear.
But nah, yeah, and we'll just roll through a little bit here with bloody.
Yeah.
I had bloody Glenn Rolfe on with me, and I've known Glenn virtually since I started racing.
Yeah.
Because he used to run a bloody old bloody Gold Star Boozer.
Yeah.
Rigid frame Gold Star Boozer. And he was going really bloody well, having fun with it and what have you.
Yep.
And I was running out of bloody swingers. I just having that much trouble getting swingers. And Glenn said, yeah, okay, I'll have a go.
Yeah.
Well, I think we did. We went down there and I'd done a bloody practice day down at bloody Eastern Creek so he could come over and get familiar with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay, we had a couple of problems there. We ended up in the water and all this sort of stuff. There was a lot of rain.
I was going to say, how did you end up in the water? Where is the water at Eastern Creek?
It was on the side of the bloody track.
Right, okay.
And because I think it pissed down rain the day before.
Yep.
And Glenn's got his versions and I've got mine. We won't.
I'll get him on at some point and he can share what he thinks.
He was on there and he was having a bit of a bloody go with it. And I think he come on in September.
Yep.
Now in October or November, the Annandale Leichhardt mob had because they were a mob to me then, because I was with HRR.
Yep.
They had a sidecar training day.
What's the address? 6.
They had a sidecar training day. And I've gone over there, taken the bike down there, and giving newbies a bit of a run on the bike.
Yep.
And it also gave me a bit of a tuning day.
Yep.
And we're running around, and I can't remember what the actual line was there when bloody Evelyn Schultz was there. She was, and I don't like her.
Yep.
Kevin Hardup was the president then.
Was.
President
Still
now.
is, yep.
Yeah. And there was some reason or another, I don't know whether we had a chance to do some hot laps or some bloody thing. And I've gone, which way is it go? Yep, we go around, you go up over the bridge, you got a double left-hander to come back under the bridge.
Yep.
Coming around there, for some reason or another, I ended up bloody wide and run off the bloody track. Now, everyone's got her story. Get your ass on this show and tell it.
Yes, please.
But anyway, cut a long story short, I ended up being the only one left on the bloody on the outfit, and because we were heading for a bloody tyre walk.
Yeah.
And okay, fine. Let's wait in the bike.
Yeah,
it's not bloody better, but whether that's the whole
whether that was the thought process behind it or just an incidental thing that happened.
But anyway, after the fact, when we were having the barbecue and what have you, Evelyn come over and was talking to me.
Yep.
And I was just saying about the problem I'm having with swingers and all this sort of thing, and she was half interested.
Yeah.
But I had Glenn on. Glenn was me passenger at that time.
He'd committed, so you were sticking with him.
Yeah. And so anyway, I got talking with buddy Glenn and what have you, and he said, well, look, the state titles are coming up at Eastern Creek. And I said, oh, yeah, I know that. He said, Evelyn's got a fair bit of experience. And if she is happy to get on, or if you want her on there, by all means, he said, because shit, you're going quick.
Yeah.
And, if you want to put her on for that meeting just to see how you go, he said, I'd be happy enough to step aside because I'll run me solo.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, well, okay. I got talk with Evelyn. She was quite happy.
Yeah.
And so off we go. And it was a good meeting, but could have very nearly ended up in disaster, that one. And having some of the other bloody swingers that I had, it would have.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're out there going really bloody well, and don't know what race it bloody was, but we're going fairly bloody shit hot. I think we were running bloody third.
Yeah.
Well, we would have been running third, but we're coming down around bloody then turn 9, which I think they call 8 now, the hairpin.
Yeah.
I was coming into that and smoking the back tyre. Yeah, it's a bloody.
Really? You smoking a tyre?
It's a very, very hard right-hander. Evelyn was overdoing the best she bloody well could, and we were bloody fairly smoking the bloody back tyre, and bloody up around the bloody straight. And I had a bloody bloke by the name of Larry Kite. He's from North Queensland. He used to run a yellow Triumph, and he was getting up fairly bloody close to me. I think I'd just taken him going into that corner, and he was bloody trying to bloody get his bloody line back, and then all of a sudden he's dropped off. What's going on there? But anyway, we'll up around the top corner and come back around the next lap, and that's when I think Metho Tom's got in front of, I can't remember, Larry or Laurie. Larry Kite, I think it was. But I think Tom's got around him. We've come down around that bloody same corner, smoked the living shitter out of the bloody back tyre, gone up into what used to be then 11-12, and we're bloody hammering it through there, and with Ev on the bloody side there, we were like floating the bloody sidecar wheel.
Yep.
Beautifully, and everything was just sitting there perfectly, except for that lap. Come around there, going into the corner, everything was right. Then all of a sudden, the bloody sidecar has just dropped, and she's just skewed sideways. We're off the bloody track, out in the bloody dirt. I'm still hammering the throttle.
Yeah.
And I've just glanced across. All Evelyn has done is just lifted a shoulder up off the bloody dirt, and she was still sitting dead square in front of the sidecar wheel.
Yep.
Because the whole bloody thing was drifting sideways.
Yeah.
And, yeah, as soon as I've battled around and bloody squared the bloody machine up, she just dived straight over the bloody back for traction.
Yep.
And we're back out in the track. Meanwhile, Tom's come past.
So the only way he could get past you in that one is because you had a moment.
Yeah. And, okay, round we've gone, we've finished the race off. We've come in bloody fourth. There was bloody, I think it was, can't remember his first, Clint Curran from Victoria. Very suspect machine. Bill Klein. He was running a sidecar chassis that I couldn't raise the money to buy a couple of years before.
Yeah.
It was at the swap meet down at Eastern Creek. And, yeah, everybody had their own views on that one. And Metho Tom.
Yeah.
And everybody knew exactly what Metho Tom didn't have in his bike. And that was period 3 gear.
Yeah, what it said he had entered on the program.
And anyway, seeing as it was a championship race, first 4 machines are put into Parc Fermé.
Yeah.
We're getting off there and buddy talking away there. And anyway, first up, Larry Kite's come over. Larry Kite's come over.
Yep.
And he said, "Have you had a look at your bloody back tyre?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I've had a bit of a look there. There's a little patch on it." He said, "Push the bastard forward." That tyre is still out there.
Not much left on it.
There were 3 pieces of rubber about that big round missing. Then there's a piece that big round missing. And down onto the bloody canvas.
So he'd backed off because he was worried it was about to end in catastrophe.
He said, there was no way in the world I was going to be able to get up in front of you and slow you down, and there was no way in the world I was going to be right behind you when you went off the track.
I mean, good call because of what happened a little bit later, but you know.
But yeah, well, we finished the bloody race and what have you.
Yeah.
But also at that particular event, one of the other competitors came over. You know, they used to get on fairly well with him and what have you, and he's got his hand out. I said, "Dave, what's that for?" He said, "No, come on. Congratulations. Shook me in." I said, "But wait, we come in 4th. He said, "Yeah, but you're the first legal machine home." Oh, shit, okay. Don't go there, mate. Don't go there.
Leave that to the scrutineers.
Well, the problem is, with all racing, for you to put in a protest, you've got to have your wallet with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, yeah, let's face it, I build my machines to the line. Now, I do some fairly radical modifications in them.
Yep.
But they are all as per the MOM, as they call them now. It used to be the GCRs.
Yeah.
And that's the way that I want to race. I don't want to be pushing the bloody, going and spending bloody, 20 grand on a bloody gearbox.
Yeah.
Now, I've got an engine sitting on the bench over there that took me, I think it was nearly 4 years to develop.
Yeah.
We'd done a lot of bloody track testing and bloody what have you with it. Because I had a bloody set of cases break across the horizontal line on the drive side. To repair that, and put it back into an engine, no, it wasn't really worth it. But I read a story many, many years ago about a bloke that buddy built a 3-bearing Norton. And he used, I think it was a half a crank out of a Renault 5.
Yeah.
I think. And yeah, as soon as that bloody crank case broke, I thought, I can do something with that. So I did. I sat down and I machined up a 3-bearing crank. It was a billet crank. I got in touch with a bloke down in Melbourne, Crankshaft Rebuilders, Brian Shug. And yeah, he just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, once I told him what I wanted to do, he wanted to talk about it, and you don't get that today.
No.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to you. Send me an email. But yeah, we went through it all. I machined the crank up. Well, it wasn't here; it was over at the Musselbrook TAFE, and that's where I struck up a good, long-lasting relationship with Graham Whitting. And yeah, we machined up the crank out of a billet of 4340, sent it down to Melbourne and had it all done.
Yep.
And back there, and mate, like I say, it took me a good 2.5 years of testing and what have you with it to get it to the track.
Yeah.
And I'd been talking about doing something like this virtually since I started racing. And another little incident with Dave Dickey. I had the motor in the bike and what have you down at Eastern Creek. And Dave's wandered into the pit there this time, and he said, Rodney, you were talking about building a big motor for your sidecar, a 3-bearing motor. Did you ever get it done? I said, well, as a matter of fact, Dave, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what happened to it? I said, well, if you can pick it, have a look at the bike. Well, he crawled all over the bloody thing. And he said, how? He said, is that it? And I said, yes, that's it, Dave.
Yeah.
And I said, telltale that I'll let you in on. Have a look at the oil delivery out of the timing cover. And he said, yeah, you got a big line there. Oh, you got 2 oil filters on it. This is an oil filter tucked down near the gearbox.
Yep.
And I said, yeah, that's protecting the crankshaft.
Yeah.
Ah, right. He said, but your cases and everything, they look Norton. I said, exactly. And what's the rule book say, Dave? Okay. Yep. Right.
Yeah. You'll stick to it, but not go past it. Yeah.
And that particular motor also got me into trouble again with my old mate, Jack Stallings.
Yeah.
The year that I took that out down there and run it, and it was running shit hot. Old Jack was getting a bit old by then, and he used to walk up and sit up on the overpass.
Yeah.
You go up on the fence up there. And he come back down after the first race and whatever, and he said, Rodney, he said, you've got to be careful. I said, what was that, Jack? He said, I reckon you're getting up a bit over 7,000 RPM going down through there. And I said, yeah, Jack, I am.
Yep.
I said, I'm hammering it down through there. No, it's all going well. Rodney, back it off a bit. He said, you'll hurt the Norton.
Oh, can't hurt the Norton.
Oh, no, mate, no, that was Jack. You'll hurt the Norton.
Can't.
Anyway, he just there, and next race out, I'm going down around through there, and I running, pulling just below 8.
Yep.
You come back down there, and he's ropeable. You can't do that. You're going to damage that Norton. You're going to back that thing off. Blah, blah, blah. Jack. I said, this is my motor. He said, it's not. It's a Norton. I said, Jack, this is the engine that I've been working on for years. I know what I'm doing with it. Oh, no. Well, anyway, there was another race there. I was chasing a bloke on a Triumph with a 5-speed box in it. Coming down into turn 4, right-hander uphill. He's coming down there, and every time we go in there, he'd balk me out.
Yep.
I have to go down a gear, and I would run out of revs going up the bloody top. Anyway, I thought, well, look at this, because he was leaving just enough room on both sides. I come down around through there, and I just swung on that throttle, left it wide open in bloody second gear. Taco was pushing over 9,000, slid it in underneath him. By the time I come out, the revs had dropped onto the torque range and just drove out of that bloody corner and bloody left him.
Yeah.
Well, that bloke come over after that bloody race and said, "What the hell you got in that thing?" I said, "It's a Norton." He said, "No Norton can rev like that." I said, "Well, guess what? This one does." And Jack come over and he said, "You're going to be doing over 8,500 revs." I said, "Yeah, Jack, try about 9.2. Oh, jeez, his blood pressure went right up.
But she was performing well, and that's what mattered.
Well, unfortunately, the last race of the day, Jack got his comeuppance because it cracked the piston straight from gudgeon to gudgeon.
Yeah.
But when I got home and pulled it out, there was an imperfection up beside the bloody gudgeon pin.
All right, so it wasn't actually.
So
it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. If they'd been high grade pistons, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
But well, anyway, we better get back to
it's all right. We're plodding along. All the stories are relevant. We're losing the time frame a little bit. But it was around 94, 95 that Evelyn jumped on with you. And then and look, I'm happy to say it. I think I've said it before. She's still the passenger that everybody gets compared to. And with good reason, because she was phenomenal. What do you think it was about? Like she jumped on it. She absolutely loved the machine. I will get her on eventually, and she can share her take on all of that. Yeah. But what was it you think that that just clicked with Evelyn? That just made it all work?
I don't really know, but yeah, she just got on the machine, and she adapted straight away.
Yeah.
Whatever I did, it was bloody, it didn't seem to matter.
Yep.
And that's it. Well, by that time, I'd had a reasonable amount of bloody experience.
Yeah.
And bloody, well, that's it. I'd morphed into this thing. And bloody, she come over, well, when we done the Eastern Creek one, Glenn run the next bloody meeting.
Yep.
And then he just said, well, he said, look, I enjoy doing it, but if you want Ev to get on there full time and what have you.
Yep.
I said, well, I don't know. I haven't spoken to her about that. But anyway, as it turned out, yes, she bloody sort of
claimed it.
Well,
no, there's no sort of. She claimed it.
She likes things that are wild and go very quick.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah. This is it. She's a bloody crazy piece. And she's another one that we've just made. Become excellent bloody friends.
Yep.
There's been a few conversations we've had, but I'm not going to go into those and bloody what have you. And as far as I'm concerned, she's the next best thing to a bloody sister that I've got.
Yeah.
I feel that I could talk to her about anything, and she has talked to me about quite a few things.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
This thing here, she said, well, back in those days, I used to run under 62.
Yep.
Yeah, well, guess what? She's a 62 model.
That's it.
So, that's a part of it. I finished the bike and got it racing in 88, and apparently that's when she come to Australia.
Yep.
So, and I can't remember what the third one was, but there was three things that lined up, and she said, that's mine.
Yep. And I'm fully aware that if she hadn't have, absconded to Western Australia, it would still be hers.
Yeah.
By the time it came back down, it was.
I would genuinely like to, buddy, get her on there.
Yeah.
I know my riding is nowhere near as quick as it used to be.
Yep.
But get her to feel that engine that I've got in there now.
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
Because that engine is just that's another one of my designs. Well, not actually my designs. I followed the lead of as far as I'm concerned, he's the world's greatest bloody engineer, bloody Phil Irvine.
Yep.
He tried to get that particular design crank into Norton or Triumph back in 1954.
Yep. So still period relevant.
Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it's now running a billet crank with a 76-degree offset.
Yep.
A lot of people are saying, oh, it should be 90 or it should be 50 and all this sort of stuff. No, Phil said 76.
And it's working, so...
And, mate, I can hammer that thing.
Yeah.
So
with Evelyn, you guys started, or well, we all did, because again, like racing's always been a family affair. I think we've ended up talking about it. I think there's only about two race meetings that the kids. So I've got two siblings that us kids did not go to with you, and that was simply more to do with just the logistics and time frame of doing it. So you guys drove overnight, did the race meeting, drove home rather than so. It still was always a family affair. During that period with Evelyn, I feel like that we did a bit more. Like it was with Evelyn that, well, I know there was Malala, there was like we did some Phillip Islands, but that was also Western Australia.
Yeah, we done well.
As well as all of the Sydney shows.
Well, we'll go backwards. We went over to Wanneroo in, what was that, buddy?
98.
98, yeah.
Yep.
Well, then we done Malala, we done Broadford. And I think Malala and Broadford are the two that you kids didn't come to.
Yep.
And we done, it was 2 or 3 Phillip Islands.
Yep.
I can't remember getting her up to Lakeside.
Yeah.
I just got, if we got up there, it would have only been the once.
Yeah.
And then like I say, all the Amaroo and
Oran Park and Eastern Creek.
No, I never got to Oran Park with Evelyn.
Okay. Yep.
And the Eastern Creeks.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was.
So, what was it that inspired the trip to Western Australia? Because that was a huge undertaking. Like, I think it ended up being 4 outfits from here in New South Wales got loaded up into a shipping container, or in that particular shipping container.
Well, there was a hell of a lot of solos.
Yep.
And was there 4? Or
yeah, I think we said that there was 4 because there was you and Evelyn, there was Tom, there was Brothers Grimm, and
Gilberts.
Yeah, and the Gilberts, yeah.
Yeah. And we were the only bloody P3s there.
That was,
We didn't find out until we were unloaded, ready to bloody race, that they wanted 6 P3s to make it an event.
Because it was meant to be a national title. Well, it was a national title event.
It was Australian titles we went over there for. And that was it. Evelyn said, I've never raced there. You ever raced there? Nope. Well, let's go. So we put that plan together. I blew a knee 2 months before that.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I had a knee operation and what have you. And I had to sweet talk my surgeon into signing me off on the Friday before the October long weekend so I could start driving to Western Australia.
Yeah. Because we did. It was a family holiday.
Yeah.
We drove over there.
Yeah.
I think we won't go too much into that one because I've talked with some of the Western Australia boys about our adventures driving across the Nullarbor. But that particular race meeting is one that Ian's heard the story a few times about.
Oh, mate, yeah. Well, apparently
I've heard a lot of stories about that trip.
Apparently the poor old bloody commentator over there too, he had problems.
Oh, he loved it. He absolutely loved it.
But
That beautiful silver machine. God, doesn't it sound good? All of the comments. He loved it.
Yeah, but when he first seen it on Saturday, he's out of control. No, he's not out of yes, he is. He's out of control. No, he's got around the corner. because
people weren't used to someone that slides the bike.
Well, they didn't have P3s over there.
Yeah.
And that's the approach of P3 users going into a corner. You go in there, you don't brake and then bloody downshift and power out. You go in there and you bloody downshift and you just let the bloody thing drift.
Yep.
And then, buddy, hopefully you're at the right bloody rev point when you're coming out to get the bloody drive and get the hell out of there. And, that was also another one. And I would put it down to being a point that it's the only time that Evelyn did not come and speak to me and want to know what's wrong.
The only time Evelyn had nothing to say.
Oh, no. She was very guarded on saying anything because it was over there. They run the race on the Australian title on one race.
Yep.
Now, the prep for this bloody trip over there was I'd put because I was running spring clutches and what have you at that time. I put a brand new clutch in there. It was a Speedway clutch. Yep, everything's all bloody good. I bloody got it in there. Drive line's right. Everything's bloody great. Now, rightio, we went over there. We done the practice. But yeah, another name in sidecarring is unfortunately passed now is Doug Shivers.
Yeah.
We were down there in his workshop talking about doing the Western Australian trip. And he just said to me, he said, go out there and pick a couple of tyres to take over. And I said, well, okay then. I said, have you got the ones I've been running, the A1 AM20s and 21s? He said, yep, they're out there. He said, you go and grab them. I brought them out, sat them there. I said, I'll go out and pull the bloody wheels out. He said, no, you won't. I said, why not? He said, now go to that pile over there and get 2 tyres. I said, they're stuffed. He said, not as stuffed as those will be if you put them on in your bloody practice. I said, what? He said, buddy, Wanneroo is hellishly abrasive. You put those new tyres on, you'll want another set on Sunday. He said, you take them over, we'll fit them onto your bloody bike, you send it over with them, and you take those 2 tyres with you. And bloody way we went. Now, okay, and that's what we did. We done it. I went and had the tyres changed for the bloody for the race on Sunday because there was only the one race on Saturday, the practice and one race. So I changed, done the run, put the bloody new tyres on for the Sunday run, and bloody, yep, everything was great. And I thought, okay, well, bloody throw a new primary chain in. There's, we'll run good chains then. And yep, we'll make sure everything's Mickey Mouse. Well, the championship race was the second race of the day. When I run around the bloody pits, I've got to adjust the bloody chain again. Done the bloody first bloody race or what have you, come back, got to adjust the bloody chain again. And that's not normal for these particular chains I was running. So, okay, we adjusted it out, poured plenty of bloody lube in onto it, whatever. Anyway, here we go. We're out on the championship race. And I botched the start. And the brothers Grimm come past me. And
probably as surprised as you were.
Oh, mate, they were. I can't. Oh, shit. Dave drive? Was the driver, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, he said, I thought I was going to have to put the brakes on and let you come back past me again. I shouldn't be there. Yeah. But no, it was bloody fun. Anyway, we're into it. Picking bloody places back up again and bloody whatever and getting back to where basically we should have been. But we've come down the straight, around the bloody, the double right-hander, going up the hill into the bloody in the little left-hand kick, we go over the bloody hill. There's a little left hand, then you go down into a big hard right-hander. Or going up over the hill, and that's where we go out of sight of everybody down the main straight.
Yep.
Gone up over there. I've gone to boot it up a bloody gear to get bloody good drive down into the bloody bottom, and the bloody engine's just peak revved. What the bloody hell? They tried it again. Locked her up, drifted off the bloody track, pulled up on the bloody, over on the bloody tyre wall, and I've just sat on the bloody bike. Everyone was still sitting on the bloody sidecar, and I've just sat on the bloody bike, and I'm there. I'm still holding on the handlebars. And all she done was got off, sat on the tyre wall. The only reason I was hanging on to the bloody handlebars, I knew bloody full well if I'd have let go of the handlebars and undone my helmet, they'd still be looking for it.
Mm.
And that was a brand new $800 helmet.
And from our vantage point, that was one of the moments. Like there's not a heap of the actual racing moments that I remember. I mean, I was a kid. I'm about 10 years old, 11 years old at this point. All we saw was everyone's come screaming around. It was exciting racing, and then it's gone up over the back, and we've just seen this massive cloud of dust. Yeah. And the commentators they're going, oh, we've got, someone's off. And because of the dust, they also couldn't see who it was. Yeah. So it took them there was a couple of moments where they were like, oh, I think it's the silver. Oh, no, it's not the silver. Oh, it is the silver. And of course, we're going, what's happened? Because you see the cloud of dust, you can't see what's happening. And you don't know whether you guys have had a catastrophic moment or whether it's just been thankfully it was just a mechanical moment. But yeah, it was one of those moments where you just go, what's happening? So you're waiting. And thankfully the commentator did go, I can see both of them. I'm not sure what's happened, but they don't look happy. And we kind of went, yeah, they won't be. Yeah. But
what had happened, that particular chain wheel on that clutch hadn't been finished being machined.
Yeah, right.
It had a square top on the tooth rather than a pointed top on the tooth.
Yep.
If I'd have left the old chain in there that had a little bit of stretch,
it might have.
We may not have had the problem.
Yeah.
But by putting a brand new chain in there, it was chipping the rollers off the chain.
Yeah.
And weakened the chain, and that's what happened. We ended up snapping the bloody primary chain.
Yeah.
And for a racing CZ chain to snap.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something bad.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
That was a not so great moment in '98, but '98 did also, and there was a race meeting in '98 that was a bit bittersweet because '98 is the year that Amaroo Park closed down and we had the final race meeting there, but that's a whole other thing entirely. It's an amazing circuit. We wish we still had it. But you've got a little feather in your cap from that particular last race meeting there.
Yep. Yeah, well, apparently I haven't got it documented, and I don't know where I can get it documented. But apparently, number 62, Evelyn Schultz, Rodney Anshaw, but he got the lap record for the P3s at Amaroo.
Yep.
Last lap, last race.
And there's a beautiful photo of you and Evelyn crossing the finish line, waving at those flags with a certain black and white outfit rolling in behind.
Yeah, well, that's it. We were calling buddy, what was it? I think it was buddy, was that there? I think it was a 54 second lap. It was a high 54 second lap.
Yeah.
And, mate, when I first started bloody well racing, if I got around there in a minute 20, I was going well.
You were cheering.
Now, had a bloody bloke come and see me down at that bloody race meeting that I used to race against. Well, his son is now back racing his bloody bike, Steve Scott.
Yeah.
And he come over and he said, "Oh, Rodney," he said, "what sort of bloody lap times you doing out there?" And I said, I think bloody averages were pulling 56s. Shit, I'll leave mine at home. I used to overtake you.
Oh, bring it out.
Yeah, well, he's back out.
They've got it back
His
out.
son's riding now.
Yeah.
Which is, it's good to see. Bloody,
Yeah.
but,
So that was 98. We're prattling on a little bit. 98 was a bit of a roller coaster year.
Yeah.
But then it's not too long after that you ended up wrapping up that period of racing. Like, you know, you had 3 kids. We were getting to a point where we were wanting to do things on weekends, and you decided that renovating a house was going to be a fun idea.
Yeah. Well, I had a few other plans for that, but it didn't eventuate, and I ended up having to move out of this house and buy another house.
Yeah.
And so that sort of put pay to racing. You know,
the racing budget had to go to somewhere else.
Oh yeah, but it could have still been squeezed in, but time constraints just wasn't going to let it. And let's face it, I'd had over 10 years of fun, and it was good. Made a lot of bloody friends. One of the comments that was made very early when I first started racing. Now, even down there in the solos. Oh, well, okay, mate. Well, now you're in the circle.
Yeah.
Then I fronted up with the sidecar, and buddy, showed them that I was there to stay. And it was a case of, guess what, buddy? You're now in the inner circle. And I said, what do you mean? He said, racing solos is one thing. Racing sidecars, you're the showman of the meet. Yeah. Which it was. And unfortunately, these things used to always be on last race of the day.
Yeah.
Because everybody would stay.
Yeah, because everyone would charge the fence. They'd all be up on the fence waiting for. They still do.
Yeah,
they still do. You guys don't see it so much while you're out there, but I still see that from the side with the kids. It's everybody. Yeah. Kids, adults, grandparents, the whole lot. They're up on the fence.
They do. They absolutely love them. Yeah, moderns are good. To see these things out there where you can see everything.
Yeah,
that is something else.
No, and that's it. It's a decision that had to be made.
Yeah. But, unfortunately,
the outfit didn't leave the shed, and I think we might pause for a moment, go and have a little toilet break. Yeah. Everybody's been saying to me that they think 2-parters wouldn't be a bad thing. So, hey guys, guess what? We're going to do a 2-parter. Yep.
Given the time, it might be more than 2 parts, to be honest.
Well, everybody's been saying to me, just run long. We want all the stories. And as I say, everybody's wanting my story as well. And I guess the next chapter is where it becomes my story as well. So we'll put a pause here. We'll take a breather and then we'll jump back on in. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. As you heard at the end of that recording, this is a 2-parter. After sitting in the shed for a good couple of hours for the first chunk of this chat, we needed a break and decided to take one, but it times pretty well to then roll into next week. We will release part 2, which also becomes my sidecar story. So we left off where the sidecar got put up in the mezzanine in the shed. The next episode will pick up where we left off when it came back down, and then Dad and I jumping back out there and, our drive to get period 3 outfits and the historic outfits back out on track. Thanks once again for tuning in and for your support. Make sure you stick around for the events that are coming up. There's a few to come that are pretty cool. Hope to see everybody at All Historics later this month.
Please look up event promoters for details of the following race meetings. The Post Classic Racing Association will hold round 3 of their series at One Raceway on Saturday, August 22. The South Australian Reliability Trials 2026 campaign will wrap up on Saturday, August 29 at the Murray River Trial at Palmer. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the pre-1962 bikes and sidecars and pre-1963 cars at the all-historic racing weekend at Pheasants Wood Circuit, Morawin on August 29 and 30.